here. And so I want to talk about, hopefully something that's going to be positive. But obviously, not only am I skeptical about being positive, I wonder if it's going to happen at all. And if it does happen, will there be just a redistribution or redirection of our troops? So Biden has now announced that we will be leaving Afghanistan on September 11th, 2021, 20 years to the day of, the attacks that began to openly change the infrastructure of this country and still really are the basis, at least now for the foundation, of our foreign and domestic policy. Okay, and let me tell you why this is important. Number one, I'm extremely skeptical it's going to happen. You have to understand the Middle East, Afghanistan and Iraq in particular, were where they were able to beta test biometric technology on, the public, right? You need to go back to all those documentaries in Iraq, or if you were a soldier, where they were doing iris scans and databases and all these things. And obviously, the vast majority of that technology is now available right here in this little magic box that we're broadcasting from. Why do I say that? Well, what I suspect is about to happen is this. Number one, the troops will probably be redistributed elsewhere, more than likely Syria, but there are possibilities that we may now actually physically get involved with this Ukrainian-Russian situation through the United Nations. I don't know how likely that is, but we got to throw that out there. Two, there will still be some kind of permanent bases there for the military. So they will tell you that all combat troops are gone or our troops are gone, but there'll still be something there. And the question is, okay, so we leave some people there. What else is going to be there? Well, if you read these documents that have been around from not only DARPA, but, NASA in particular, which should be alarming, but people, again, don't really understand what NASA is. NASA, DARPA, the NSA, etc., and then other white papers out there, you'll realize that things like smart dust technology have been around. We know about the drone technology they've shown us. We still have not seen, in my opinion, what we truly have for propulsion systems, aircraft, etc. We are rolling out robot dogs across the globe. So you have to wonder, are they going to start militarizing those type of robots? Now, there's a story we're going to later on talk about. Apparently, de Blasio is saying he's having second thoughts on the DARPA robot dogs. And I really do hope that he's having second thoughts on the DARPA robot dogs. Not that I think that de Blasio by any means is a genuine person. But, I started this off talking about Biden, whether we're leaving Afghanistan, but especially 9/11. And today I was watching Andrew Cuomo, the capo himself, the mainstream news now reporting that he likes to compare himself to Sonny Corleone. Big shocker on my behalf. I'm shocked that Andrew Capo Cuomo compares himself to characters from The Godfather, joking about the De Niro and Pacino team. Come on. By the way, thumbs this video up, subscribe, and share if you're new to the channel. So he invokes 9/11 today while he's talking about how we're not going back, right? Everybody, I've been telling you this. There is no going back. He already sold it out to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for Education. He already sold it out to smart cities, to Eric Schmidt and the gang. He already sold it out to contact tracers, to Bloomberg, right? Andrew Capo Cuomo. And he's up there and he's using the same slogans again while they're, saying, listen, we're not going back to normal. Everything's going to be great. We're building back better. He keeps talking about building back better. And he tells you, remember 9/11? Do you remember? I mean, they're still invoking it almost 20 years later. That's why it's really important. That's why people should go check out Fabled Enemies, Loose Change, Final Cut, etc. for free in the playlist section. That's the truth of the matter. So obviously, I want to believe that we're going to get out of Afghanistan and we're getting out of the Middle East. And old Joey B has had a moment of clarity. But we all know that's not true. Zombie Joe ain't running anything. I think we can all agree on that. So if Zombie Joe's not running anything, the likelihood that this is real and it's a true withdrawal, etc., is not a good one, unless, again, they've automated it to the point where that will be their new testing ground, their new beta test for whatever robotics and technological military they want there. I suspect that's probably the case on some level. Just me, And we talk about New York, and we talk about Capo Cuomo. And, I'm talking to my buddy today, and I'm explaining to him, hey, man, none of this is going away. You got an Excelsior pass. You got the well and healthness safety seal. It's over there. They're trying to take it down. And then I did this video on this Burger King post. Now, I want to make this very clear. I saw this in my feed. It looks 100% legitimate, just like the seed thing. And I believe it to be, and I believe it is probably from either New York or where else would it be? California. So if you haven't seen it yet, basically, first of all, these fast food restaurants, etc., you can have indoor dining at like 30%. Ooh, but you have to present identification to make sure that you're sitting with somebody who's from the same house. What? Oh, I see. Foo Fighters canceled for me. Hey, man, big Nirvana fan. I like the Foo Fighters too. Everlong's a great tune. Stands the test of time. It really sucks that he and Mick Jagger want to joke on people. And whatever, you can have your jokes. But then, if you don't know, guys, also Pearl Jam's going to be there. J-Lo and others at, Vax Live, the concert. Vax Live. What are we doing? What in the world? People that are supposed to be anti-establishment, pro-freedom, pro my body, my choice, are doing those type of concerts. I do wonder what the payday actually is, though. I would imagine the payday is probably huge. And whether that payday is to the band itself, aka Big Money, or through NGOs, then, donating to their causes, their choices, their projects in a big way. That's another way they could also grease the wheels there. So, guys, again, I want to believe that it's going to happen and we're going to get out of Afghanistan. But when you truly understand 9/11, when you truly understand back when Zombie Joe was Joey B, that he helped cover up the Pakistani role in 9/11, and he's on tape. It's dead to rights. Anybody who's followed my work knows it. Mainstream still doesn't touch it. Where's Tucker Carlson? Where's the Tuckster? Hey, Tuck. Hey, Tuck. Look into the Pakistani ISI. Look into General Mahmoud Ahmed. Look into Omar Saeed Shahid. These guys all talk about, that's what kills me. These guys all talk about terrorism and the border and, the big spooky terrorists are going to get us. And they're going to get us from the border. They don't talk about the intelligence ties of not only our government with other networks like the ISI, right? But then the United Kingdom, Saudi Arabia, their connections, Israel's connections, to people like Omar Saeed Sheikh. They don't want to talk about what really went on with Daniel Pearl. You'll never hear the truth about, hijackers living with FBI informants and renting from them, or living and listing their addresses at U.S. military bases. No big deal. Go back to Betsky. You won't hear about dry runs being reported to the FAA on planes that would later be hijacked again by these very same people, literally weeks later. Nope, not out there. So here's the deal, guys. You know how to support me. All the links are down below. At Jason Bermas is not only the Twitter feed where you can find a lot of the articles I discuss in my videos, by the way, but it's also the Venmo, jasonisvoid@yahoo.com. That is the PayPal. But the best way to support me is at least go make that free account over at Rockfin, where we don't have to bite our tongue and we can continue to go full board, and I can get a little frisky and emotional when it need be. Okay? So Rockfin, go make the free account. But if you are a premium subscriber, that also helps big time, and you get everybody else's premium content. A lot of great content creators over there. So I want to thank you again, and I'll see you on the flip side. Later, everybody.